Hello, this is the research proposal example that I'm going to show you. You'll be able to see a number of positive features of this example, but also talk about some weaknesses of it as well, so that you can get an understanding of what is a strong and weak research proposal. On the front page you'll see that the topic is iPads. It's the technology chosen for this example. The driving question is, how can teachers and students at ZU use iPads more effectively in class? My audience will be teachers and also students. And these are some guiding research questions. These aren't specifically answered in the example, but I do answer them in a roundabout way. First, let's look at the overall layout of this example. It has a reference list at the end, so it's based on research that I've done. There are 5 references there. It's also based on an interview that I've done with, first of all, it's also based on an interview I've done with Terry on page 3. Also Anne on page 4. And down on page 6, I include some things that a UC teacher did, Darren. It's also based on a survey that was completed. You'll see that I've used n equals 32 because 32 ABP teachers participated in the survey that I give a few statistics from, and then also 18 teachers from the University College responded to one, so I've used a few statistics there. Let's look at the executive summary first of all. The executive summary is something that gives a very good overview of the whole paper. If I wasn't going to read all of your document, then I should be able to get the main idea from each section in the executive summary. It's important to summarize, use different language, and also be very concise with your language. The introduction is an explanation of the context of the current research proposal. You identify the problem and you talk about it in very general terms, broad terms. I've identified the problem of iPads in ZU, and I talk a little about the Academic Bridge program and also the University College. I talk in general about laptops, transitioning from laptops to iPads. I incorporate research, and I do this in a broad sense, not talking about it specifically. I use Pentadura and Abbott as 2 research articles. And then down here there's a small thesis that I've used, and that outlines what I will talk about in the rest of the proposal. The current situation identifies the problem at ZU and the specific problem that I'm facing. I do this through an interview with Terry. Also, I do this through, again, research. I've used Rogers here to talk about something, and also it linked in the survey. Oops. The next paragraph brings in another research, Pentadura. This time I'm specifically linking the current situation at ZU in the Academic Bridge program and the University College, and linking in specific research. I'm also developing the problem, and I'm making the audience aware of the problem in the local situation. Then I talk about specific needs of the students. 2 of them were ESL learners' needs and also motivation of students. The project plan is next. That's a description of the step-by-step plan. I think this is perhaps different to what you could do. In this sense, it could be weak. Your step-by-step plan could be really detailed and offer a step-by-step example of how you will solve the problem. You could make a table or a diagram to show the steps in your solution. For me, I was talking about teachers training. And then in the next paragraph on page 5 and 6, talking about apps and specific apps that might help with learning and also motivation. The discussion of benefits is the next one. We must link this to our project plan. We obviously want to talk about the benefits that will exist from our project plan. For me, it was in terms of learning and motivation. The conclusion is just a small recap offering insights into your research proposal. Remember, it may be the last thing that someone looks at when reading your proposal, so make it good, make it strong.